And you'll see how the B receiver here is just going to get wide open over the top. And that's based off the fact that the matching principles typically don't react very well when it comes to wheel routes. First of all, he doesn't even cover it right away until he realizes, hey, that's my guy. And at that point, he's already gone. So come back and post. That's what you really got to do. And like I say here, once that comeback really pulls that guy down, this guy's wide open by like 1,000,000 yards. So definitely a busted coverage. If you guys are looking for fast, cheap, reliable coins for your college football 25 team, check out my coin sponsors at MMOXP and use discount code MONEYSHOT for 5% off your order. Link in the description below.
The champ is here!
Welcome back, Money Team. This is Madden Money Shots. Sending out the college cheese as always. In today's video, I'm going to be giving you guys a full preview of what's probably my biggest offensive ebook that I put out this year in the Alabama Crimson Tide offensive ebook. That particular offense is about 4 hours. I don't even remember. It's 4 to 6 hours long. It's absolutely massive. But since I have a lot of people that pay to get these books and get these videos, I'm just going to show you guys about an hour, which is about 2 formations that I break down. 2 of the better formations as well. 2 of which I've already talked about and put out gameplay of and stuff like that. I know that, one of them is going to be there's a lot of really good stuff in here, but I'm going to show you guys the bunch open offset, which obviously any bunch formation is always really good. And I'm also going to show you guys a trips formation if I can find it here. The trips TE, which is a formation that I put out a lot of gameplay from. I showed you guys there's a quarterback run in the gameplay, the QB zone. I showed you guys the PA shot wheel, which is a one-play touchdown against a lot of different things. So I'm going to touch on some formations that I already went over in some gameplay videos. But I could also give you guys, hour-long previews of some of the other playbooks that I put out. So if you guys want to see more videos like this, like my Georgia offensive ebook that I put out, or maybe a defensive ebook, which is something I used to put out about once a month. And now that we're getting along into the season, I think it's a good time to start bringing out some of these. But if you guys want to see more, like I said, please make sure to be a subscriber, hit the like button, let me know in the comment section. Other than that, if you guys want the full written version with all the setups, there's a lot of really good formations I'm not going to go over in this video, like the bunch TE, which I put out in gameplay. I also really like the normal flex snug. This formation is absolutely broken. Things like that. If you guys want to see more formations from this, from the entire ebook, which, like I said, I think is around 4 hours long, you guys can download this or any of my ebooks instantly simply by clicking links in the description or the top pinned comment. I also want to show you guys that this is set up on Heisman difficulty, and I'm going to be using Georgia against the best defense in the entire game in Ohio State. I'll also have some gameplay videos popping up as well if you guys want to see some gameplay of some of these offenses I put out. Other than that, let's get right into the video. Next up, we have the wide trail. So for this play here, just motion. I would say you can motion the running back across. You don't have to, but put him on an out route. This will create like a double drags concept, and now every route on the field will beat man coverage. As you can see, this drag just got completely off the line, probably because there's probably interference coming out of the bunch. That's pretty typical. So you'll have your double drags, but if you don't want to, you don't have to give it away. You can leave the running back where he is, and he'll still beat man coverage outside. You just have to make that decision that much faster because the sideline's right there. But this is very, this is fine. You don't really have to do anything crazy. But you're really just reading from front to back. The first route you see you should take, especially if it's like a man-zero blitz or something like that. If it is a man-zero blitz, you might want to block the running back in a check or release, but I haven't seen any of those yet. But that's your reach. I would also say putting the RB route on a post would be better, shortening that a little bit, because then he's actually going to be a little bit of a better read in the read structure as I try to force it there. But you can see how quick sometimes the pressure comes in when you don't have extra blocking. So the easiest route in this entire play is probably going to be the X receiver if you just throw it when he's coming back. That's typically going to be your last read because of the timing involved. You're typically going to start with the double drags and then whatever this A route is. And then, like I said, you can also always come back to this guy here, although once again, I was all the way across the field. So I would say just put the running back on an out route, and now every route on the field beats man coverage. You got kind of a mini, high-low concept over here with the running back and the drag, kind of creating a double drags look. You can motion the running back across if you want more time to make that decision. But basically every route beats man here, and the X route's going to be the last route on the play, as it takes the longest to get open, and it's pretty much always there. I don't know why I'm getting prevent defenses right now, but you can see how if you're getting something like that, that the RB route will be in play as well. That is a man beater, even though it's like a really deep man beater. So once again, double drags. Got the B route here coming across for a very easy play. So we're just looking for space. We're just going from low to high. And then, like I said, if everything breaks down, we know that we always have that comeback route in our arsenal. Just as long as we throw with good timing, it'll always be open for a big play. Next up, we got the RPO read bubble. Another play where that X receiver is pretty much always going to be open underneath everything except cover 2 or anything that's basically a 5-yard depth, because cover 2 hard flats will take that away. But you have that. You also have the ability to watch the RB receiver, the pitch defender in front of the RB receiver. Right here he drops down, so I'm going to basically just take the handoff, which is also pretty decent. But like I said, if I want to try, to me the best play is going to be the bubble. Although, like I said, if I'm making that read, if I'm watching that read, I mean, there's a couple different things. Like right here, I already know off the bat I can get to the X receiver. So if I really want to watch that bubble screen one more time, I can try to force it his way. As you can see right there, we get the block. But I know if it's not there, I can just throw it to the X receiver. And that's based off of the fact that he was 8 yards off the line of scrimmage. And he was also, you know, his leverage was even, which lets me know I'm going to get outside every single time. But the best route's probably this little out route here, this little speed out route. Right here, once again, he's right on top of it. As you can see, it was actually a corner blitz, but if he would have pressed that, it probably would have made it a harder completion. So I was actually watching that to see if he would actually like man that up and press this. We're getting a couple different cornerback blitzes here. But like I said, it's a real snap read that you can make to both sides of the field. And you can kind of figure that out pre-snap. Like right here, it looks like it's a man coverage. Looks like we have 3 guys in front of 3 receivers. I know I probably can't throw there. But on the other side, we have the guy right in front of him on a 5-yard depth. So that might be a cover 2. So, but you can see even there, it probably was a cover 2, and he still got it. So like I said, that route there, you could probably throw against any defense and get a good 5 to 10 yard catch and run. Next up, we get the RPO peak wide receiver screen. Continue to go random. It's another play where I can throw to that X receiver pretty much against any defense except cover 2. As you can see right there, he gets around that anytime I have route or space underneath. And I could do the same with the B receiver as long as it's a zone coverage, like a cover 3 or something like that. Although there, the blocking just didn't pick that up very well. But I'm just watching to see if they drop down or drop back. Right here, it looks like we have a corner blitz. That's perfect. So I can definitely make that play and try to get up the field for as much catch and run space as I can. But you have multiple options here, and then also since the alignment pulls out, you can also just run it and have some pretty good run space inside. As you see right there, the defensive tackle did kind of slow things up, but it's still a very good play. Next up, we got the RPO shock, RPO alert shock. We're going to pick that. I'll continue to go random. This play here, I mean, if it's a cover 3 or any off coverage, this X receiver here is going to get open underneath it. It might not be a huge play. You might, you know, be in risk of actually getting the ball knocked out, but anytime the cornerback drops back, you can just throw it out there immediately. Your other 2 routes are going to be man beaters, which is like the B route here, which obviously can sit open underneath the zone as well because he's underneath the shock or the shock route or whatever they want to call that. I guess you can call that it looks like a slot post. But either way, these curl routes can get open underneath man or zone. As you can see right here, he's just sitting underneath that. I can throw that out. Yeah, I mean, I can just read space there. It's really not that difficult. And then, like I said, we also have the run play, which can be a good run play. So this is just a very good play against multiple defenses. Next up, we have the mesh spot. So this play here is really just working the double drags. If it's a man coverage, they'll run actual double drags. If it's a zone coverage, they'll try to find space in the zones. I find it's best just to re-drag them. But if you don't want to make adjustments, you don't have to. You also have the B receiver here who's going to try to find space over the middle, which is going to be helpful if your opponent leaves the center of the field or if the computer chases the drags. But that's pretty much the read here. I would say the only thing that I really would change, if you want to put the running back on a streak, because I don't find like he's doing too much, he could help pull back coverage for these other routes, because these are really the routes that I'm reading anyway, which is the 2 double drags and the curl route that sits over the middle. Does have some one-play touchdown capability, starting off with man coverage cover 2. If you put the Y receiver, or I'm sorry, the running back on a streak to pull back the safety, you can often get a very big play to the A receiver here, as he has the potential to catch and run for a one-play touchdown. If you have a fast enough guy, I'm not sure if I'm really going to get that. You don't even really have to put him on a streak, to be honest with you, because it doesn't really affect anything. You can see how the routes is why the cornerback gets caught up and he doesn't have the ability to get around. Not necessarily a one-play touchdown, but like I said, a very big play. And then if you have enough speed, as you can see right here, that I didn't get that animation that time. We still got the play because it's just the way this play is designed. It's a very good cover 2 play. I'm going to do that one more time. Like I said, you see right here, he's just getting caught up on everything as we don't get the ball away, because I actually walked right into a sack. But like I said, you don't have to do anything with the running back. The running back's not really integral to this. As you can see, he's getting open pretty much just a couple yards down the field because of how these guys are reacting. So they're all just kind of running into one another. If I lob it up, though, I'll have an opportunity for a catch and one-play touchdown if I just have enough speed to get past who's probably the best safety in the game, in Caleb Downs. Next up, we have the mesh corner. Go random one more time. Let's go. For this play here, as we're not getting the full diagram, we're just going to put the RB route. I mean, we could use this like a mesh double drags, but if you want to try to use the corner route a little bit more, we'll have to run this from a little further away. But if you want to try to use the corner route against zone, just streak the RB route, and you'll lose your check down over the middle, but you'll see how you gain this corner route outside. I didn't catch it. Not always saying I'm going to get that animation, but so let's do that again. You also have the running back underneath. You're really just playing the high-low here with the running back underneath. And corner routes can beat man coverage pretty easily if you come back to the ball, too. So this is just a little bit more of an aggressive play. As you can see right here, we had a man-zero blitz. I actually should have threw it to the running back. He was wide open. But that's the thing. If you're deciding you're going to work the running back in the corner route, just take what you see. You know what I mean? If you see the running back underneath, just take it. You get 10, 15 yards catch and running from that. You don't always have to push it down the field. We go one more time. Looks like we have a man or some man cover 2, and we just, you know, we didn't throw that over the top, but you can see how that route can beat man coverage. I just didn't get a very good throw, as I'm really trying to force it to the deeper corner route. As you can see right there, that looked like it was a cover 3 or a cover 2, cover 3 with the mid read there. And there, I might have threw it just a little bit too early, as I probably could have held out a little bit longer, as I'm really trying to force it to that corner route to see how good that is. But like I said, if you see the running back open underneath, take that. You know what I mean? Because I can get just as much on that catch and run as I can on the corner route. So you have double drags here, which is very good, but you also have a high-low. So this is just a very good play overall. As you can see, you can just work that as your main principle of the offense. Next up, we got the inside zone. Just a good inside run play in the formation. Probably the best one in the formation. You know what I mean? Like if your opponent's not respecting this. Plus you can see how the wide alignment a lot of times can pull out a linebacker. Typically you want to go towards the area where the linebacker is being pulled away from the line of scrimmage. But if it's a zone, the linebacker will be there. Like right here, this is not the best opportunity to run this play. As you can see, I have to try to dramatically cut back anyway to try to get to the right where that play is, and it's just not really working out. But at the end of the day, it's still a good run play, even if I want to take it the entire way or try to run to the outside. It's just your best. It's a good short yardage play. If your opponent's not respecting the run, though, you can always come out of this, and there's potential to be a bigger play. As you can see right there, we get to the second level. You know, this is your best look here. Like I said, if the guard doesn't get off to the next level, it's not great. As you can see right here, he has to pass and get that next level to make this a good run play. And then we fumbled the ball. But I'm gonna go to the end of there because it's still a, you know, it's just an obvious run play. Next up, we got the halfback draw. This play here has a fake bubble screen underneath, or a fake screenplay underneath. So I don't know if that or the fake routes that they run help out, but it's just a good inside run play. It might be better, you know, than the actual inside zone, as a lot of times your defenders will just get out into their rush lanes, and it just gives you an opportunity for an easy run up the middle. But definitely a good play to have in your arsenal. Next up, we have the flood. So this play here, you just have a high-low concept between the corner route and the flat. It should be something that you can tell right away if it's going to be open. As you see right there, the flat defender, because of this alignment, will get picked up pretty quickly most times if there's somebody there. But if there's nobody there, if nobody drops down immediately, you can throw it that flat. So just take what you can see. You also have the late check down, which is going to be the X route coming across on the in route. And if you want to, you can put the running back on a curl. So this could be the full setup here, though. Once again, it just doesn't show the animation. And like I said, I have that option. But if you do that curl, I feel like a lot of times it can actually set up the in route. So I don't find that the curl is the best way to go. I find it's best just to leave it. As you can see right here, the curl is going to be checking over the middle anyway, as this is pretty much the better play. Because like I said, you got a one-on-one. That linebacker that's supposed to be covering the middle there is typically covering somewhere else, based off the fact that the alignment pulls the other middle linebacker out a lot of times. So that's why, to me, this is like the perfect setup here. As you can see, the depth is perfect. So I can throw that in route any time as my late check down, but it's really a 1-2-3 read between the flat first, the corner route second, and then the in route third. And the in route and the corner route will be man, while the flat will only be zone. You can see right here that there's going to be, well, that flat, he came down pretty quick, but you can see how I could throw that out just because he was too far away. Next up, we have the fake screen verticals. Go ahead, we'll start off. We're going to go coverage to coverage here, starting off with coverage 0, major blitz. So just check and release the running back and then add them to the blocking structure. That's all I really got to do, although I'm not really sure what's going on with that blocking structure there. But you can see how the A receiver, for one, is going to get wide open. But like I said, something was going on with the blocking there. It wasn't allowing me to actually slide pro. And it's still kind of not. I don't know what's going on here. So I'm just going to have to be Johnny on the spot to get this ball out as quick as possible. As you can see, he does come across that. And he does have the ability for a catch and run one play touchdown if I actually, you know, get that look. You can also put B on a drag, though, for a better check down. And like I said, I just got to get this ball out quick because I don't know if it's letting me. It's not really letting me do what I want to do with the blocking. So, like I said, I don't have to necessarily. I mean, it's not 100% that I have to get that running back where I need him to be. But you can see how this route just roasts man coverage over the middle. Next up, we'll choose cover 1. Keep going with man coverage, cover 1 hole. Same thing, just put B on a drag for a check down. And A is going to be the play once again. As you can see, he just crosses the exact same way, but I don't know, I didn't get a very good throw there. Not really sure what happened. Do it one more time. Like I said, we just gotta get A, give him a little pass lead. You can see it's very easy. One play touchdown to A once again. Okay, we'll pick that again. We'll pick cover 2 this time. Cover 2 man. Against cover 2, just put B on a post and then put A on a slant. That's all you really got to do. And the B receiver will be the guy. As you can see, that receiver doesn't get pressed very well. And I don't know if I'll score one play touchdown because I do have my slowest receiver in Bell running this route, at least I think I do. If I look at that, no, it's Young. Well, he's still my slowest receiver at 92 speed, but either way, A slant, B post route. And you can see how he's getting wide open once again. Although I got hammered there. Let's do this one more time. So everything else is pretty much set up. Although I'm going to need Sawyer to get picked up by somebody here. And you can see it's a big play at the least. If you have a fast receiver, it should be easy enough to split those safeties. I'll go ahead and actually replace that guy real quick. I'm not sure. I think he's still in there from previously, but I was trying to show with a slower. Oh, Young's an 87 speed. It's even worse. So we'll go ahead and we'll just... I thought it was this guy, Tuggle. So we'll go ahead and put him in there. I don't want too fast guys in there. So let's try now. As we have Tuggle, who, you know, still having success with it. I'm still getting plastered. I'm not getting very far with this pass pro. I could block that running back, although he's already in a blocking animation, so I guess that's not really an excuse. But here you go. Like I said, a little bit faster. 5 speed points faster. It's a very easy one-play touchdown. A lot of different things this play could do as far as other coverages too. We'll start off with cover 2 regular. Same setup. That slant's going to pull that mid-read enough that big. Same setup. That slant's going to pull that mid-read, and you're going to see how the B receiver here can get open over the top of that for another easy catch and roll and play touchdown. You could stem that post up 5 yards just to make sure it gets past that mid-read. And you can see, boom, much easier throw, much less issue there with the mid-read being in the area. Next up, we'll choose cover 3 zone. So this play here is a natural one-play touchdown against cover 3, but there are some things you can do to make it a little bit easier. As you can see, this guy here does cross, and the safety was kind of in the way. But you can just put RB on a streak, and that will help to pull that safety just over enough to give you a little bit of an easier throwing lane. As you can see there, it might also just been timing too, but you can run it as is since it's a one-play touchdown to that route. As I meant to end the play. But like I said, cover 3, any zone coverage, I get an opportunity there to show you guys you can also throw it underneath to that smoke route against just about any zone, which I haven't mentioned yet. Next up, we'll choose cover 4, cover quarters. Against cover 4, just put the B receiver on a corner route, and you'll see how that'll confuse the outside cornerback to the point where you could throw inside here to the RB receiver. Although I did throw it a little bit early because of pressure, but you can see it's an easy one-play touchdown. I think that's my tight end running that bang 9 or whatever it is. I accidentally put my B receiver in a post this time. You can see it probably still would have worked, but realistically, it's better to put him into a corner. As I just hit the wrong button there. But like I said, once he reacts to that route, you can see how easy it is to get it up over the top here. Even though I got hit when I threw, it's still a very easy play. But at the end of the day, we'll just watch to show you guys, like I said, this guy here, he's got to cover 2 receivers. One's breaking in, one's breaking out. That's why he has to be indecisive. He can't really cover one too tight. And we got an easy one-play touchdown inside. Go ahead, we'll pick that play again. We'll do cover 4 regular. Against cover 4 regular, just put RB on a streak, B on a comeback. And that's all you really got to do. Is the A receiver here will get open once he crosses the safety. He will get open above the cornerback. You can always motion out the X receiver too and put him on a comeback route if you want to, but I find that it's unnecessary. Next up, we'll do cover 6. Cover 6 is the same way. We just want to put the B receiver on a corner route, and it's still going to have the same conflict for the cornerback outside. He has to cover 2 routes. Next up, we have the dig return. Continue to pick random. This play here, the B receiver is going to get open against most man or zone, really, because of the way the route's set up. It's going to be best against man, but you can see how he could sit in the zone here. You know what I mean? Because of the way these routes pull apart, I could really just work this concept like the entire time. Like it just really comes on when I want to throw it. So this is a really good short yardage concept, as these 2 other routes just really pull apart the zones and just give you that space every single time. So this is really a single read play, but you can see I'm not really reading the defense or anything. I'm just throwing it to this every single time, and it's giving me like 6 yards every single time. So like I said, for a clutch conversion if needed, you know that this zig route's going to get it. If it's a man coverage, you got to wait a little longer. There, I kind of tried to throw it too fast, as I hope I get another man coverage, because he will beat that. You know what I mean? He will beat that the same way if I just hold it a little bit longer until he turns to the sideline. So, very good man concept. But like I said, it's also a very good short yardage zone concept. So there we go once again. Like I said, I can throw it on the in break too. As you can see, that was a man coverage. But he's still, the guy's still kind of waiting for him to come back outside. So like I said, if we see that guy pull out into the flat, we know that we can just take this and just steal this all game long. Like I said, I'm safe catching every single time too, because like I said, this is a short yardage conversion play for the most part, except it's also a man beater. Next up, we got the PA shot wheel. We'll go ahead and continue to go random. Against just about any defense, you can put the X receiver on a drag and the A tight end on a streak and play the high-low. And then you also have the B receiver here, which can get open underneath a lot of zones. So you can quick throw that. If you're going to do that, you definitely want to cancel the play action, which I can't really do right now. But like I said, if I want to throw that out, just cancel it with the right trigger. You can do that post-snap. You can't do it pre-snap right now because it's a play action. There's a glitch in the game. But after they patch that, you can definitely just hit this guy with a quick shot, and you're getting 5 to 7 yards every single time. But that's only against zone. So let's go ahead and let's work the man concepts. As you can see here, we have some deep crossing. We have the crossing route and the drag. You can work the high-low. It'll work. Both routes will get open against just about any man or zone, while the B route will get open against zone. Has a lot of one-play touchdown capability though, so let's go ahead and let's pick that. We're going to start off with cover 2 regular. Against cover 2, just streak the B receiver, and the X receiver will get open. As you can see here, the B receiver's pull back the safety, and then this guy will just cross between the 2 safeties because the other crossing route will pull the other safety. Very easy play. Also has a lot of success against cover 3, so let's go and let's pick cover 3. I don't know why this thing's always doing the opposite of what I want, but let's go and let's pick cover 3 sky. Another play, we just streak B, and everything else is going to set up for itself. The Y route's going to pull the cornerback down, while you can just throw to the X receiver once he crosses the safety. Very easy play. Also works the same way against cover 3 match. Against cover 3 match, though, you're going to want to run it as is, and you'll see how the B receiver here is just going to get wide open over the top. And that's based off the fact that the matching principles typically don't react very well when it comes to wheel routes. If you watch the defender in front of B, first of all, he doesn't even cover it right away until he realizes, hey, that's my guy. And at that point, he's already gone. So very easy cover 3 one-play touchdown against cover 3 regular or cover 3 match with a slightly different setup. Also has a lot of success against things like cover 4. So let's go ahead and let's switch over to cover 4 palms or cover 4 quarters. So against cover 4, just put the tight end on a streak because you need a 4th deep receiver. And you can see how this guy is going to get open over the top once again because of the same reason. It's the same matching principle issue where it doesn't cover wheel routes very well. Next up, we'll pick that again. We'll do cover 4 regular. Go for drop. Against cover 4, motion out the tight end, put him on a comeback. And you can put the B receiver on a streak. It's going to work the same way. It's going to pull back and allow you to make a throw to the Y route. As you can see here, you got pretty good space. It might not always be a catch and run, as you can see right there. The safety is in the area, but you do have a gap. Also has success against other matching coverages like cover 6 and cover 9. So let's pick cover 6. Same setup, which is really that there is none. This wheel route is just going to be a big play once again. As you can see here, it's just, you're just lobbing it up once he turns the corner. Matching coverages don't do very well against this. Same thing can be said for cover 9. Cover 9 is the same way, but it's going to be the X route that gets open this time. As you'll see, once he cuts inside, the safety has to worry about the wheel route. So any matching coverage, this is going to have success. Also has a lot of success when it comes to man coverages. So let's go ahead and let's start off with cover... We'll start off with cover 0. Where are we at here? Man 0 blitz. Once again, wheel route's very good. The deep crosser is pretty good too. But like I said, the wheel route's going to be the better of the two. As you can see, we get a very easy one-play touchdown to the wheel route. If you want to put tight end on a drag, it will open up as a check down. But it could also open up the deep crosser. As you can see here, that's going to be a good play. But obviously, we need a catch and run animation, not a jumping animation. But the drag here will pull his man defender. And then, like I said, a lot of times you can get a good play. It might not always be a one-play touchdown, but it's definitely a better play. But you can do it, no adjustments, obviously, to the wheel, as he's just getting open over the top very easily against, star cornerback. I'm not even sure who that is, but still, he's obviously a good cornerback who's playing for Ohio State, the best defense in the game. You can also have success against man cover 1. Let's go cover 1 hole. Same idea, wheel route. Although we also have the crosser once again. You know what I mean? This here, the crosser might be better here. It's going to work better than against man 0. So remember that. But the wheel route should work too. I just think that the wheel route probably takes a little bit longer and is a little less consistent against man cover 1. So let's do this one more time. So we got that wheel route, but you can see how, I just feel it takes a little bit longer. So you really have 2 routes here against man cover 1. Next up we have cover 2 man. Cover 2 man. Same idea. That wheel route's already wide open. Like way faster, although I thought I had an easier catch and run after the fact. But if you watch, he's way too far because he's lined up in the slot. He's way too far, and he's just open right away. So I guess the real issue here is waiting for the safety to react to the crossers. If you throw it, because he's way open, but I have to watch that safety. That safety has to go inside for the catch and run to be easier after the fact. You can see right there, if I throw it too early, what happens. So it's really about holding your wad here. I'm going to put the tight end on a streak just to help out, pulling. And then, like I said, right there, boom. Now the safety's kind of out of the way, giving me an opportunity for catch and run. But that might not be the best play anyway, because the deep crosser, once again, is still pretty good. Got to wait for him to cross. As I'm trying to get that wheel route. You can see the wheel route's obviously a huge play, but from here, I might not be able to get around that safety. So I could streak the tight end to pull back the safety, and then the deep cross is going to be a good play as well. And if I throw that with a good catch and run, there's a potential, possibility I can get around that. It might be better to put the tight end on a post for that, because then he can pull that safety inside. There's nothing else really threatening out here. But yeah, no, the streak is definitely better. We'll try one more time for that B route. Like I said, that's so money if I can get around the safety. As you can see, he's just getting me. Could have got that the first time. Against cover 2, if you put the tight end on a streak, the deep crosser will get open, but the B route's really going to be the play. As you can see right here, he gets open immediately. It's just getting around that safety that's going to be the difference between a regular play and a one-play touchdown. But you don't have to make any adjustments for that. He just beats that inside because the slot cornerback is just so far away when the play starts. He's not really expecting that. But the safety is really more the issue. You got to wait for him to react to the crossing routes before you get out to him. And then, like I said, right here, if I can get that to the sideline enough, it's a potential catch and run one-play touchdown. It's really all based off speed. Next up, we have the Z cross. Continue to go random. So I'll streak the tight end, drag the wide receiver, and put the running back on an in route, and that's going to give you like a double drags concept. You can see right here we have a man zero blitz. Didn't catch it, but I got it out quickly because I recognized the blitz. So we're going to do that again. Like I said, you're going low to high. As you can see right here, this guy here is going to be a good play too against man or zone. That's your last read, which is the X receiver. But you have a lot of routes to get open against man or zone. Pretty much every route here is going to get open against man or zone. The B receiver's crossing here. As I saw that man coverage pretty early. That can be a one-play touchdown against cover 0 or man cover 1. I'm not going to go over that necessarily, but deep crossing routes like that can do that. And like I said, you have your double drags underneath, which I don't think I've really hit yet. You see right here, we're just waiting for, you know, this receiver to cross. Very easy catch and run play for about 20 yards there. So the running back is also good in the opposite direction. If they flow in the direction of everybody, which is typically going to happen, you have your outlet pass to the backside to the running back. I mean, every route here really gets open, except for the tight end on streak, who's really just pulling coverage. And then you're just reading from running back, drag first, your double drag concept first. Your second read is going to be your high-low between the B and the Y, and then your third read or your last read is going to be the X in route. Next up, we have the verts Y delay. We're going to go ahead. We're going to start off with random. Just go random formation. This play right here, a couple different things you can do. If you put the tight end on a streak, put the Y receiver on a drag, and then you can also put the running back on an in route. You have double drags, but you also have a high-low concept on the side that the receiver is traveling here. As you can see, I can really throw it to either one of these guys. The drag probably would have been open too, but I'm really reading high-low. You can also put the X receiver on a comeback, and that'll give him a better opportunity to do something, because realistically, he's not really doing much on a streak. And then that could be like a late check down, especially if you have like a man coverage like you have here. This will be a really good play on the backside. So setting it up like this really allows for just about every single route here to get open, except for the tight end. The tight end is just a pull route. As it's not letting me put the running back on something. It's probably not going to let me hike either, as this, you know, practice mode just glitches sometimes. But you can see how, you know, you really have a lot of different options with a play like this. I can use the double drags concept, which is what I'm going to do right here, because the running back never really got out, and I was kind of trying to throw to the underneath routes there anyway. But, you know, this is something, just make a determination. Determine before the play starts. Am I going to work the double drags? Or am I going to work the high-low? That's really how I would look at it. And then, like I said, last but not least, you have that, you know, that comeback route, which really going to beat anything anyway, which is something that you can do at any point in time. If it's a zone coverage, is not always, depending on coverage, not always going to get open. But it should get open pretty much 90% of the time. So the running back here can take him. You see how the double drags, they run into each other. The two defenders bump each other off. That's really the key to that concept, is we have just about something that will get up against just about every single route here, or against every single defense with these routes. So here we go once again. Like I said, I can make a pre-snap determination. We got man coverage. Can hit this guy on the break. Very easy catch, come back to the ball. I mean, you know, this is just a really good dink and dunk concept. But it also has a lot of one-play touchdowns, so let's go ahead and let's pick that and start off with cover 2. So we'll go concept to concept here, starting off with cover 2 zone. There's kind of a natural cover 2 play, but I would suggest to put the running back in a in route, and then maybe even motion him over to hold that cornerback down as quickly as possible. Or you can also put the tight end on a drag, and you can see how they'll press, and then they'll typically let him go, as they have to maintain the underneath side. Like I said, I can just put the tight end in a drag too and just block the running back if I want to. And this will give that cornerback something to worry about in the lower half of his coverage assignment. As you can see, we're getting open over the top of there. We definitely, you know, had a little bit more of an issue hanging onto the ball. But it's also not necessarily throwing the ball at the right time, as you really have to throw it right here. If he's even, he's leaving. You know what I mean? It's like if he's over the top like that, you can throw it and have a very big play. That's a potential one-play touchdown. If you throw it too early, like there, that might have been a little bit too early, because the safeties are going to react to these crossing routes and will pull them out of the area a little bit. It's like right here. I'm watching that safety. The second he starts to chase that safety, it makes it that much easier for the catch and run after the play. So you're watching the cornerback, but you're also kind of watching the safety. So right here, safety runs inside. Right there, I threw it too early. He didn't run inside, but you can see we can still, you know, that's what really got guys caught. But if we watch the safety and wait for him to react to the Y route, then we're going to have a much easier catch and run. As you can see right here, nothing, you know, I didn't even make the adjustment. I didn't even give the cornerback something to watch, and it still beat him by a lot. So very easy one play outside just to make a good throw, bullet, and pass lead. Also has success against cover 3. We'll go ahead and we'll pick cover 3 sky. Against cover 3, you just want to put the B receiver on a slant, and he'll hold the cornerback down. After that, you really can do your pass pro however you like. As you can see here, the Y receiver, once he crosses that safety, is a pretty easy play. Although I even threw it early, and it was still a very easy touchdown. As you can see, the slant's going to hold that cornerback on the other side of the field, because that's going to be the area that he recognizes that slant's coming to his area. He's just going to let this guy get open right over the top. And like I said, I threw it a little bit early. So we're going to do that again. And if I want to, I can, you know, put my running back and tight end on whatever assignments that I want to give myself some checkdowns, because that might be a bigger issue when you're waiting for the ball to cross the field. As you can see right here, bad underthrow, but you can see there's a lot of space. The cornerback's really nowhere to be found. Gonna do that one more time. So pass block the running back. We have a check and release with the tight end. Like I said, that cornerback's just way down. As here, I held the ball a little bit longer. You see how easy of a one-play touchdown that is against cover 3. Going to be the same thing against cover 3 match. Same idea, just block the running back. Because like I said, we got that block and release from the tight end. Although Carson Beck just felt super slow there. I don't know what was going on, but you can see we have another easy one-play touchdown there. Just got the guy's just going to follow a little bit better, that's all. Next up, we'll choose cover 4. Starting off with cover quarters. If you know your opponent's coming down cover 4, just put the tight end on a post and put the running back on a post and motion them out to the line of scrimmage. So this will basically have, it'll look like this, where you have 2 posts running. Now you have 5 routes going over 10 yards. You'll see how this one's going to get completely forgotten, as nobody is, just there's only 4 deep zones really. Typically one's going to get forgotten, and on this particular play it's this guy. So this a lot when you have cover 4, just have 5 routes going deep, and one of them is always going to get forgotten, as you can see right here. I think that the number 6 there is the guy that's supposed to cover him, but the matching principles happen way too late, and that's why it gets wide open for this play. Next up, we'll do cover 4 regular, cover 4 drop. For this play, just put B on a slant and Y on a post, and you'll see how that'll give you everything you need. I could block the running back and stuff like that too, but you can see how once this guy crosses the safety, the cornerback's still reacting low to the slant route, letting him get over the top. Next up, we'll choose cover 6. Cover 6. It's another matching concept play. We're going to put the X receiver on a comeback and the A tight end on a post. I'm going to block the running back. He's not really doing much because I know I'm going to hold it for this tight end, because once he crosses the field, nobody really covers him. Although you can see if you throw it too early, that cornerback can come back and haunt you. So we're going to hold the ball a little bit longer. So comeback and post. That's all you really got to do. And like I say here, once that comeback really pulls that guy down, this guy's wide open by like 1,000,000 yards. So definitely a busted coverage. And that play has the same effect when it comes to cover 9, so let's go and let's pick that. Same idea, come back and post. We'll block the running back. I find it's probably best if you know you're attacking deep. Only this time it's going to be the wide receiver that gets open. As you can see right there, he just comes across. These same idea, just a different route. Next up, we have some man coverages. We'll start off with cover 0. Although I don't know why I always have a hard time finding this. You can check and release the running back, but that's pretty much all you have to do is change the blocking structure, because this B receiver here is going to be a very easy play. As you can see here, he just crosses. He's going to beat man very simply. Next up, we'll choose cover 1. It's going to be very similar. Once again, you don't have to do anything, just block the running back. That might be the best thing to do. And the B receiver here, once he crosses the field, typically he's going to beat just about any man coverage, because that's just, how this route's designed. Any route that breaks twice like this is usually going to be a good man beater. Put tight on a drag, though, if you want for better check down. Next up, we'll go cover 2 man. Cover 2 man is going to be the same route. You're just going to put the tight end on a streak to pull the safety back. As you can see, this route doesn't really get jammed. And if you get a good catch and run, you can get past that safety pretty easily. So it's really all about the throw, the pass lead, and the catch and run. Next up, we got the verticals. The verticals play is going to be best against cover 3. So let's go ahead and let's pick concept to concept. We'll go cover 3 sky. If you just custom stem the tight end down 1, the B receiver will get open over the top, as long as you get a good you gotta get a good throw, bro. If you custom stem the A receiver down 1, the B receiver here will get open right through the middle here, just as long as it's not the easiest throw. You got to really time that throw, but you can also just motion them out and put them on a comeback route, and now it'll create more separation, so that's going to be a little bit easier. You can see here when he drops down, now I have just much more space. So it's up to you if you want to show your hand by motioning him out or not. Next up, we'll choose cover 2, just a little bit backwards here, cover 2 zone. Cover 2 doesn't require any adjustments. The wide receiver is going to get open inside the safety. As you can see, he's running away from the safety, and the safety has to basically divide his attention between 2 guys, even though it's the best safety in the game, and Caleb Downs, he still can't cover it. Next up, we'll choose cover 4 regular. Cover 4 works like cover 3. Lower the custom stem the A route down. And you can see how the B receiver here gets open over the top of the corner. Even though I got hit and threw it late, you can see it still works. But same setup. I'll do this one more time. Like I said, the pass rush shouldn't be this severe in a cover 3, but you can see it gets over the top of the cornerback very easily. Play also has success against cover 1 man, so let's go and pick cover 1 hole. And it's going to be the same route as the B receiver is just a really good route against pretty much any matching or man coverage style play. As you can see, he just goes across the field for a very easy one-play touchdown. Next up, we have the tight end middle screen. So this play here, You have a couple different options. I mean, the wide receiver here can get open, even though it's a screen. That's a good man and zone beater. The curl can also beat man coverage. I don't know if we're going to get a man coverage here. You also see it can sit inside the zone too, obviously. So you have a couple good options. But if you call this play, it's more than likely to throw it to this guy on the tight end mid-screen, which is going to be, you know, like I said, you can watch those first two routes. And if one of them is available, you could take that right here. Like I said, I could take that all game and be happy with it, and then work my progression over from the corner route, which I get, oh, not the corner route, the out route, which like I said beats man or zone. Next up, we got the slot out and up. Let's go and let's pick that. On defense, we're gonna start off with man zero, or not man zero, blitz, cover one hole. This route doesn't work where it's at. The lateral route here that I'm gonna go for. If I want to custom stamp him all the way down, which is what I'm doing when I motion him, you'll see here that the cornerback though just stays in place. He doesn't really give up any position. That's because he doesn't really have to flip his hips. But if I motion this route across, it will make him flip his hips and it'll make him lose his acceleration. So if I bring him over here, I'll put the B receiver on a streak just to pull back the safety, even though it's not 100% necessary. And I go ahead and I custom stamp him down to 0 once again. You're going to see how this time he lets him get outside and he has to flip his hips, losing that acceleration, which is why this play works to the other side of the field. So if you motion him across, it's a very good man-beating play. Obviously, like I said, I can put the X receiver already does a pretty good job of pulling that safety. And the B receiver actually is a pretty good man check down. So if I don't want to lose that, I don't have to. I can also put the tight end on a drag. The running back's already blocking. But I'll do it one more time to show you how consistent this is. This is just a man-beating play. It only beats man cover one for the most part. As you can see, it's pretty consistent. Once again, the guy flips his hips, loses acceleration. Very easy play. One play touchdown against cover one. Next up, we got the RPO read Y flat. Continue to go random. You can watch the, this is the box count for the run. It's also a count for the bubble screen. As you can see right here, it looks like we have a man defender since we have 4 guys in the box. So the best read here is probably going to be the B receiver right out the gate, although it's a man coverage. So none of these routes are really best against man coverage. That entire play, I probably would have changed. But right here, it looks like, once again, we only have like 2 cornerbacks. Watch the guy in front of the X receiver. If he doesn't drop down, you can take the X receiver. Very quick, short game play right there. Once again, here we have a guy, looks like he's in the area of X, but he's also not aligned. Since this is not man aligned, I'm guessing it's a zone. He's not going to react, and he didn't. So I can take that all game. As far as running the ball, if they're spread out, like right here, I have an opportunity based on the fact that guy's not in the box. So I could take that right in that direction. I mean, there's a lot of different options. So you can see how the linebackers split out over Evans. I still think I can throw it, but I have my choice here where I really can throw it either way. And like I said, any zone coverage really is going to be best for the tight end or for the bubble screen. As this play's really going to be best against zone. Once again, the guy's not really aligned in front of this guy. I can take that all game. The tight end might be the better play, though. It really is all about space. Like right here, there's nobody in front of the tight end. You know what I mean? It's like I can take this all game. If there's nobody out here, there's no cornerback out here, I'm going to take that all game. That's really a space read. Right here, there's somebody a little bit closer. You know what I mean? That looks like it's going to be a man coverage, but we can still take that because he's far enough away. We can sneak some yards out there. Once again, man coverage. You know what I mean? If I make that guy miss or if I break that tackle, it's going to be a much bigger play. So I'll definitely take that chance from time to time. Here, we look like we have some. We definitely have somebody in the area, but it looks like he's blitzing. So I could watch that, and if he blitzes, I could throw it out. You know what I mean? Like right there, he does blitz. I could throw it out for a couple yards. You know, it's just, you can steal that pretty much all game. And the same thing with the other side. Right here, there's a guy right on top of him, so I'm clearly not going to do that. I will try to force it, though. Like I said, you can see he goes inside. I can watch that defender the same way I'm watching the defender in front of this bubble screen on the other side and have success with that pretty much all game. Here we go once again. Like I said, I'm going to switch over to the bubble screen from time to time. You can run a play like this pretty much all game and have success on both sides. It'd be very difficult to stop. And like I said right here, since there's no linebacker in the middle, I could try to force this run and have success with that as well. And, you know, I'm just keeping this ball, you know, churning. This is a very good dink and dunk play. Next up, we got the PA shot wheel. We'll go ahead and continue to go random. I guess it's about any defense. You can put the X receiver on a drag and the A tight end on a streak and play the high-low. And then you also have the B receiver here, which can get open underneath a lot of zones. So you can quick throw that. If you're going to do that, you definitely want to cancel the play action, which I can't really do right now. But like I said, if I want to throw that out, just cancel it with the right trigger. You can do that post-snap. You can't do a pre-snap right now because it's a play action. There's a glitch in the game. But after they patch that, you can definitely, you know, just hit this guy with a quick shot and you're getting 5 to 7 yards every single time. But that's only against zone. So let's go ahead and let's work the man concepts. As you can see here, we have some deep cross. We have the crossing route and the drag. You can work the high-low. It'll work. Those both routes will get open against just about any man or zone, while the B route will get open against zone. Has a lot of one-play touchdown capability though, so let's go ahead and let's pick that. We're going to start off with cover 2 regular. Against cover 2, just streak the B receiver, and the X receiver will get open. As you can see here, the B receiver's pulling back the safety, and then this guy will just cross between the two safeties because the other crossing route will pull the other safety. Very easy play. Also has a lot of success against cover 3, so let's go and let's pick cover 3. I don't know why this thing's always doing the opposite of what I want, but let's go and let's pick cover 3 sky. Another play, we just streak B, and everything else is going to set up for itself. The Y route's going to pull the cornerback down, while you can just throw to the X receiver once he crosses the safety. Very easy play. Also works the same way against cover 3 match. Against cover 3 match, though, you're going to want to run it as is. And you'll see how the B receiver here is just going to get wide open over the top. And that's based off the fact that the matching principles typically don't react very well when it comes to wheel routes. If you watch the defender in front of B, first of all, he doesn't even cover right away until he realizes, hey, that's my guy. And at that point, he's already gone. So very easy cover 3 one-play touchdown against cover 3 regular or cover 3 match with a slightly different setup. Also has a lot of success against things like cover 4. So let's go ahead and let's switch over to cover 4 palms or cover 4 quarters. So against cover 4, just put the tight end on a streak because you need a 4th deep receiver. And you can see how this guy is going to get open over the top once again because of the same reason. It's the same matching principle issue where it doesn't cover wheel routes very well. Next up, we'll pick that again. We'll do cover 4 regular, cover 4 drop. Against cover 4, motion out the tight end, put him on a comeback. And you can put the B receiver on a streak. It's going to work the same way. It's going to pull back and allow you to make a throw to the Y route. As you can see here, you got pretty good space. It might not always be a catch and run, as you can see right there, the safety is in the area, but you do have a gap. Also has success against other matching coverages like cover 6 and cover 9. So let's pick cover 6. Same setup, which is really that there is none. This wheel route is just going to be a big play once again. As you can see here, it's just, you're just lobbing it up once he turns the corner. Matching coverages don't do very well against this. Same thing can be said for cover 9. Cover 9 is the same way, but it's going to be the X route that gets open this time. As you'll see, once he cuts inside, the safety has to worry about the wheel route. So any matching coverage, this is going to have success. Also has a lot of success when it comes to man coverages. So let's go ahead and let's start off with cover... We'll start off with cover 0. Where are we at here? Man 0 blitz. Once again, wheel route's very good. The deep crosser is pretty good too. But like I said, the wheel route's going to be the better of the two. As you can see, we get a very easy one-play touchdown to the wheel route. If you want to put the tight end on a drag, it will open up as a check down. But it could also open up the deep crosser. As you can see here, that's going to be a good play. But obviously, we need a catch and run animation, not a jumping animation. But the drag here will pull his man defender. And then, like I said, a lot of times you can get a good play. It might not always be a one-play touchdown, but it's definitely a better play. But you can do it, no adjustments, obviously, to the wheel, as he's just getting open over the top very easily against, star cornerback. I'm not even sure who that is, but still, he's obviously a good cornerback who's playing for Ohio State, the best defense in the game. You can also have success against man cover 1. So let's go cover 1 hole. Same idea, wheel route. Although we also have the crosser once again. This here, the crosser might be better here. It's going to work better than against man 0. So remember that. But the wheel route should work too. I just think that the wheel route probably takes a little bit longer and is a little less consistent against man cover 1. So let's do this one more time. So we got that wheel route, but you can see how, I just feel it takes a little bit longer. So you really have 2 routes here against man cover 1. Next up, we have cover 2 man. Cover 2 man. Same idea. That wheel route's already wide open. Like way faster, although I thought I had an easier catch and run after the fact. But if you watch, he's way too far because he's lined up at the slot. He's way too far, and he's just open right away. So I guess the real issue here is waiting for the safety to react to the crossers. If you throw it, because he's way open, but I have to watch that safety. That safety has to go inside for the catch and run to be easier after the fact. You can see right there, if I throw it too early, what happens. So it's really about holding your wad here. I'm going to put the tight end on a streak just to help out pulling. And then, like I said, right there, boom. Now the safety's kind of out of the way, giving me an opportunity for catch and run. But that might not be the best play anyway, because the deep crosser, once again, is still pretty good. Got to wait for him to cross the as I'm trying to get that wheel route. You can see the wheel route's obviously a huge play, but from here I might not be able to get around that safety. So I could streak the tight end to pull back the safety, and then the deep cross is going to be a good play as well. And if I throw that with a good catch and run, there's a potential, possibility I can get around that. Might be better to put the tight end on a post for that, because then he can pull that safety inside. There's nothing else really threatening out here. But yeah, no, the streak is definitely better. We'll try one more time for that B route. Like I said, that's so money if I can get around the safety. As you can see, he's just getting me. Could have got that the first time. Against cover 2, if you put the tight end on a streak, the deep crosser will get open, but the B route's really going to be the play. As you can see right here, he gets open immediately. It's just getting around that safety that's going to be the difference between a regular play and a one-play touchdown. But you don't have to make any adjustments for that. He just beats that inside because the slot cornerback is just so far away when the play starts. He's not really expecting that. But the safety is really more the issue. You got to wait for him to react to the crossing routes before you get out to him. And then, like I said, right here, if I can get that to the sideline enough, it's a potential catch and run one-play touchdown. It's really all based off speed. Next up, we got the RPO alert bubble. We'll go back to random. This play here, I mean, you can make a pre-snap read. You can see based on the fact that it looks like a man alignment. I'm probably going to have to hand it off. But you always want to watch the cornerback or whoever's defending the B receiver. As you see right here, if he drops down like that, you got to hand it off. It's really that simple. Even if you're not going to get much, you still got to hand it off. But here we got a numbers count. There's only 2 cornerbacks on the side, so it's a very easy read as we get a blitz on top of it to just get it out to this guy and get as much as we can after the play. So once again, cornerback in front of him doesn't necessarily mean you have to hand it off, but if you watch him and he drops down like that, you do. So a very simple play, and it's also very consistent. Here we go once again. He's aligned. Looks like he's kind of in front of him, but you can see he didn't drop down, so I could take that throw and I get about 5 yards. It's really that simple. You always have to watch the defender in front of the cornerback. Here we go once again. Drops down. Obviously, it's a man coverage. We've got to run the ball, and a lot of times we'll get some pretty decent blocking if we get outside of that first level. Once again, in front of him, looks like a cover 2 possibly. Drops down and follows him. We gotta hand the ball off. It doesn't really matter. Just reset the downs. You just don't want to throw an interception trying to force it to that bubble screen. One more time. He's dropping down. Like I said, the running isn't necessarily the best. I'm not getting much, but it's better than throwing a pick. So if you see a defender in front of that receiver that looks like a man coverage, you might want to just switch plays. As you can see right here, he's way too far back. We try to force it. But it was the same thing. It was a man zero blitz. So anytime you're throwing against man like this, it's going to be pretty much a fail. Although on that play there, he actually dropped back, so I messed up. I could have threw it there. That would have been a good opportunity, which is like I'm saying. You have to always watch this cornerback. I just wasn't really paying attention. It looks like a man coverage, but he doesn't drop down. You know what I mean? It's like he drops back to the point where I could have snuck this underneath that very easily. Next up, we got the QB zone. This play here, it's really just a zone run to the outside. I don't know if I have the running quarterback that I would need. We might have to go to my audibles here to see if I have anybody with a little bit more speed. We'll go ahead and we'll put this guy in for a play and see if we can get outside with Stockton Slap here. But yeah, you can see how that running back is a pretty decent edge blocker. But this is something you're really going to want to do if you have, like a numbers advantage in the box. If they're coming out really light because you're passing a lot, then you can hit this play a little bit. Here, though, like I said, you can see how I could potentially take it outside against man coverages. But obviously, this play is designed for like a 90-speed guy like Jalen Milroe. As you can see there, we actually get some good blocking and still get a pretty decent run. But yeah, this is something, like I said, you're really going to pull this out if your opponent's not respecting the run and you want to hit him with a quarterback run. Like I said, you have a good quarterback like Jalen Milroe, which you might have if you're playing with this playbook, considering you can't change team playbooks. But with the quarterbacks that I have here in Georgia, not doing too great, although we get outside quite a bit. As you can see, this is definitely a frustrating run that can have some success. And because you're playing 11-on-11 football here, your running back's blocking, you can see how this can be a very good play. But like I said, Jalen Milroe, 91 speed, it's going to be much easier. Next up, we have the PA slot corner. We'll go ahead, we'll go back to random. So for this play here, you got a couple different options. If you know it's a zone, I find putting X in a smoke and Y on a streak is going to be the best way. Now you play the high-low concept. Although you can see here it's a man coverage. You can still get that corner route open against man, but it's just going to require a little bit more of a pass lead. But you also have the option of just putting the A tight end on a drag, and that'll give you double drags. As you can see here, we already have a drag on that side. So this is probably going to be a better man concept. As you can see here, now we have the double drags for checkdowns, which are going to be a little bit better than your smoke route and stuff like that. So you really have two options. I would say the double drags probably works better against everything compared to the smoke. As you can see right here, we have that's the zone concept. You can see right there, the cover corner drops all the way down, leaving the corner out wide open. So you still have that underneath pull route if you want to run it like this. This one here would probably be the better way to go. And you could also normally put the running back on a curl, which is something you can't do right now because of the patch. But you can see how those double drags should, I tried to save catch there even though I still got knocked out. But you can see how you have a much better check down system with that. But against zone, I do like the concept of having the smoke screen, because a lot of times everything will pull back. Right here we get another man coverage. You can see it's a little bit tougher, but the corner route still beats man. Also has a lot of one-play touchdowns, so we'll start off with cover 2. The cover 2 setup is a smoke screen on the X receiver and streaking the wire out anyway. So now we'll get that look where we have the cornerback playing down. I mean, like I said, I wanted to show that you can basically just throw it to the smoke screen if you want to. You can see on that last play, nobody was really covered on the outside, whether it's underneath or below. As you can see right here, he's dropping back. I can just take that and steal that. So that's something that I at least got to show in cover 2. But you can also get open over the middle if you custom stem the wide receiver up to about 20 yards. I'd say maybe 20, it's kind of like 22 yards here, and then put the X receiver on a streak, and then put the B receiver on a deep cross. And that's all you really got to do. Now that wide receiver will cut inside, and he'll be pretty wide open over the top of the mid read. It's probably best to put the wide receiver on an actual post. He's not on a true post. Then put the X receiver on a streak, and then once again custom stem this guy up. I'd rather custom stem up to about 15, maybe 20 yards, and put B on a deep cross. That's all you really got to do. Here's the play art right here. And once again, that Y route is going to get open inside because that deep cross is pulling the mid read very simply for another one-play touchdown. But it worked the same either way. Next up, we'll choose that again. Only this time we'll pick, well, that was cover 2, so we'll do cover 3 next. I don't know why I always have problems finding these. Cover 3 sky. Against cover 3, just put X on a comeback route and then custom stem B all the way up to about, about 30 yards, maybe 25. You just want to make sure that the comeback route, it triggers the corner to hold to stay down. And you can see how this can get open over the top for a very easy one-play touchdown because it's kind of one-on-one with the safety. Next up, we'll do cover 4. Cover 4 match. Same idea, comeback route. Custom stem B all the way up to about 20 yards. And you can block the running back and all kinds of stuff if you want to. The tight end too, as you can see right here, he's going to get open outside of that again, although you might want a little more space. As you can see right here, I kind of ran out of space there. So I'm going to put everybody I keep putting this guy in the wrong thing. So yeah, like I said, all the way up 20 yards, maybe even 25. Just because I want him to, have a little bit more room when he gets outside that safety. As you can see right there, bombing up to the corner, very easy play. Even against Caleb Downs. Next up, we'll choose cover 1 hole. For this play, just put the tight end on a post and motion that receiver across once again, because once again, I don't want that interference in the man coverage. You can leave him on that drag, or you can motion snap him. The drag is fine because obviously it's a good check down against man. But you're just going to want to make sure that you wait until this guy here crosses. And you can see how the post route pulls that safety in the other direction to the point where you can get a very easy one-play touchdown catch and run. Same concept works with man zero blitz. Put that tight end on a post. Motion across this guy here. You can motion snap him, or you can, motion snap him behind the line for extra blocking. It really doesn't matter, although the extra blocking part might be tricky. As you can see here, once again, that post route pulls the safety enough in the other direction that you can get an easier catch and run this time. And then last but not least, we have cover 2 man. Whatever that is, cover 2 man. Same idea, you're going to motion this drag across. And that's mostly because it changes how this wide receiver's position. He kind of steps up to get out of the way so that when I put him on a streak to pull back the safety, he won't be in the way of this guy to catch the ball. It's not a one-play touchdown, but it's still a very good play. Next up, we got the orbit tight end middle screen. Keep going random here. Another play, you got the motion, which can confuse people. Then you got the running back, which can confuse people. But the screen is going to be the tight end, which is definitely going to be, that's, to me, might be the third option. I mean, both of your crossing running back and receiver can be good zone beaters, but you don't really have a great man beater on this entire play, if I'm being honest. So right here, if I want to take this guy underneath, let him try to get a catch and run. It's in the same direction as the blockers for the tight end screen, so it's not like he's not doesn't have potential to get something done. Like I said, I could take it to the running back the other way. I mean, you're really just running like a triple option with 3 passing options short. Next up, we got the Orbit halfback wheel. This is going to be a one-play touchdown against a couple different defenses, including cover 3. So it's going to pick cover 3 sky. So we have two choices. We can either we're going to put the B receiver on a drag, and at this point, we can either motion out the tight end, which we have to put on a route, or we can motion across the drag, and either doesn't really matter. Put one of them on a comeback. But the dragging B route is a good check down, so we're going to keep that. And then you can see how that lineman really didn't block anybody. As we get the one-play touchdown to the Y route. As I was trying to hold the ball a little bit longer, but like I said, the blocking, for some reason the guard's just standing around like he hates this quarterback. Hold on, not this guy. 69. Where are we at here? Yeah, 69 here. Why didn't he pick up this block? Why didn't he double team? Why didn't he help out? Why is he just standing around? It really doesn't matter because this guy here's the play as that deeper post route's going to pull the safety back, allowing you for catch and run underneath because the cornerback's being held down by the comeback route. Now, it's pretty similar when it comes to cover 3 match, but there can be some differences to cover 3 match. The setup is pretty much the same as we're going to try to motion out this tight end here. I don't know why it's not letting me motion him out. Oh, it's because of this guy. So yeah, drag B. Like I said, it doesn't really matter who's going to be the comeback route. It's going to be the same thing. The only real difference is the running back can be a big play. So we're going to hit the right trigger just to cancel that. And you can see how the running back, if you have a really fast running back, a lot of times can get going on the other side against cover 3 match. He also can get over against cover 3 regular, but at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter. We're going to go ahead, we're going to bring this guy across, and it's going to work the same way to the Y route because that's going to be a more consistent play anyway. As my tight end actually blocks, but you can see how he follows that seam flat's going to follow, but it doesn't matter. He still gets open. Same setup works when it comes to cover 4 regular. Against cover 4, you can do that same trick by motioning the guy across, but if you put him on a slant, I find it works a little bit better. So the slant here is going to basically hold that cornerback down this time. And you can see how the Y receiver here is wide open, although we dotted that up. I thought we threw that a little bit too far. We're going to do that again. Like I said, the pass rush, not really an issue against cover 4. There's only 3 rushers. But like I said, Y route, throw it a little bit earlier this time, although we got a worse throw. But you can see he's getting over the top of that cornerback very easily. But we'll do it the same way by motioning this guy across, putting him on a comeback route. And the Y receiver will eventually get across the same way. Safety still has to react, and we're going to dot it up in the end zone the exact same way. So still works the exact same way regardless. A little bit easier to set up with the corner with the slant though. Next up, we have the Orbit cross screen. So this play here, I mean, the tight end's a good man beater and a good zone beater. But if you're running this play, it's really to hit the screen. Although for whatever reason he didn't catch it there, because you're obviously going to have a lot of guys in your face, as you can see right here. That's really the play, is getting this out to your running back. You can also throw to, against zone especially, you could throw to the B receiver, and against man you can throw to the A tight end. But I find that this is not necessarily going to be nearly as effective as the screen, but you do have multiple options. So here it looks like a man coverage. If I want to try to force it to that tight end, I can. As you can see right there, he does make a play on the ball. So we have that for man. We have the running back or the motion receiver for zone, and then the screen's probably gonna be best against zone as well. Although you can see there, that was probably a man coverage, and that's why he caught the screen running back. There was so many man to the running back, so be aware of that. The best play on this for man might be the tight end. As you can see right here, the blocking isn't always the best, but it's still a pretty consistent play, as the motion a lot of times will draw the user, and then you can see how we can get get a train full of blockers and have some success on the screen. It's not the best screen ever, but it's a good play. Next up, we have the inside zone. Go ahead and pick, go back to regular, pick random. This play here, if your opponent has spread defensive alignment, you want to keep this in your audibles and switch over to the inside zone. It's just going to be one of the most consistent runs. Although you can see on that play, I didn't necessarily have an advantage. You really want to do like a box count here. Like right here, the formation's pulling the linebacker out. This is going to be a better opportunity than the last time, because that defender looks like he's an obvious man, and it made it much easier to get close to 10 yards on the next run. Where you can see typically when it's a zone, the linebacker will be in that gap, making it much harder. So if you see a gap in the direction of travel, obviously it's going to be a better opportunity. Although here, you see he definitely was playing the run a lot better than he was the last time. Like right here, right, we have 6 on 6 because we had the tight end in line. If I'm going to run against something like this, I probably want to try to take it outside, because that's where my advantage is. You know what I mean? Like the cornerback was back, and you can see right there we have a much better run. So it's really just about reading where the hole is in the defense. Once again, 6-on-6. This isn't great. The cornerback or the safety rather is back really far from the receiver. So I'm definitely going to try to take this outside, and you can see how we're going to have much more space out here. So this is an inside design run, but you can also use this as an outside run based off the fact that it's going to be one of the better runs in the formation. Here we go. Once again, we have you know, the linebackers pulled out, so I can take this up the middle or try to take this up the middle. As you can see right there, I was, you know, that's pretty much going to be the way that I read this. Once again, no linebacker in the middle. I'm going to take it up the middle. Very simple concept. Get close to 10 yards, and then if the box is packed like it is here, I'm going to try to take it outside. This is pretty much going to be the play. As you can see, we can stretch it outside right now and be, you know, that's going to be a better opportunity because the linebacker is playing it right away. Next up, we get the halfback slip screen. So this plays obviously about the screen, but you do have a corner route out here. So if you have outside leverage, or you know, if the zone coverage gets pulled back by the X route, you can always throw over there as well. But yeah, I mean, this is all about the running back. But you can see sometimes the running back doesn't even get out; he gets stuck in the wash. So it is good to have another option. As you can see, once again, I mean, the animations I'm getting here, he's just not getting out. So he will get out most times. I find if you really want to help him get out, you might want to motion out this tight end just to have one less dude in the area. This might help him get out a little bit more. As you can see here, he has a little bit less trouble that time. But, you know, that's something that might be a giveaway from time to time. But like I said, I'm trying to throw that screen. I'm not too worried about it. The tight end is also something that can beat man when he's aligned where he is. But if I motion him out, it's a little less likely. So doing this also takes away a potential target. But you can see how this guy here has much more room to just get out and get into the screen, which is ultimately my read anyway. So since the tight end's not really in the read structure, I'm really just reading running back for zone, wide receiver for man. I don't mind motioning him out. Although this looks like a man coverage as well, so I can try to, you know, let him stick his foot in the ground and work that against man as well. So you really have two options, but I would definitely say motioning this tight end out is best when running screen plays, just to try to help your running back have a little less issue getting out into his flat. As you can see right here, it gets caught up once again, but I still get it out because he just doesn't have as much opposition there. Need more help or just want to show your support? Then head over to my Patreon and join my team, where you can get exclusive content like ebooks and bonus plays, as well as early access to my vids and more. Link in the description below.